Hi, this is Easy English with Ali, and today I wanted to talk about Canadian slang. So, give you a little bit more information on Canadian culture. So, these are some things that we say in Canada. Let's get started right away. The first one that you will hear is a. So this is something that we say in order to say right or yeah. So for example, you might say, that was a pretty good restaurant, eh? So the A is at the end of the word and it's like, yeah, wasn't it? Okay, so this is something that you will definitely hear if you come to Canada. So in the United States, I think they often say hey. In Canada, we say a. A double double. This is a term that we use when we get coffee from a very famous coffee place called Tim Hortons, and it means that you get 2 creams and 2 sugars. So really milky and really sweet. Some people like it like that. I don't, but a double double, that's what that is. A toque. This is a hat that we use to stay warm. So in the United States, they call this a beanie. In Canada, we call this a toque. A Mountie. This is the RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. They are the police officers that work all across Canada. And this is a Mountie bear. He is dressed up in the Mountie outfit. So they have the red shirt, the straight hat, and they usually have the high brown boots. That's called a Mountie. It's like a symbol of Canada. People know it all over the world, a Mountie. Poutine is a famous food here in Canada. We don't have it as much over here in BC, but on the East Coast, it is a food with fries and gravy and cheese curds mixed into the gravy. It's actually very delicious. Another word that we use here in Canada is skookum. To say that something is really strong, we could say that it's skookum. Okay, so how's that bike? Oh yeah, it's skookum. Means that it's strong. You can ride it. Go for it. In Canada, we have a term for cold weather. Sometimes we call it sweater weather. So if it's really chilly outside, you might need to wear a sweater. Another thing that we say here in Canada is giver. That means go for it. Try your hardest. For the bike thing, yep, the bike is skookum, giver. Means go for it. Runners. These are sneakers. Some people say sneakers. They are running shoes. So to go out, do some exercise, do some running, we just call them runners here in Canada. We also call them running shoes or sneakers, but often we say runners. A kerfuffle. That means that there's a bit of chaos. Something has happened, that everything is disorganized. There was a bit of kerfuffle at work today, but everything got sorted out at the end. Another older Canadian word we usually call a couch, but an old Canadian word for a couch was Chesterfield. A loony and toonie, loony and toonie. A loony is $1 and a toonie is $2. So that is the nickname for our coins here in Canada. So $1 is the gold one, that's a loony. A $2 is the toonie. Clicks. In Canada, when we talk about kilometers, we often say clicks. So you could say, oh, how many clicks until the gas station? And that means how many kilometers until the gas station. Or how many clicks does that car have on it? Means how many kilometers are driven in that car. A gong show is kind of like a kerfuffle. A gong show means a chaotic or a messy situation. Mm, you might say, oh, the party broke out into a fight and everybody was running and crazy. It was a gong show. Everything was chaotic. A gong show. Next one is more of an Eastern thing. Going to the cottage means that people are going to stay at their summer house. Usually they live in the city, they work in the city, but they have a nice little cabin up by a lake, so they will go to the cottage. And the last word I'm going to tell you is a snowbird. I'm sure you know in Canada here it gets a little cold in the winter time, and some older people that don't have to work anymore become snowbirds, which means that they fly to the south for the winter and they stay in Florida or Mexico or somewhere nice and warm, and then they come back here in the summer where it is also nice and warm, so they do not have to stay here during the winter when it is cold. So that was a bunch of Canadian words that I hope will help you in the future. If you're coming to Canada, there you go, study this up. If you like this video, I also made a video on fall vocabulary, so the season of fall, which could be very helpful for you if you are coming to the United States or Canada. So go and check that video out. And if you like this, please like it and subscribe and leave a comment for me if you would like. Have a wonderful day. Bye.